Hey, Storytelling Ron. I'm doing a video here on Star Wars role-playing game by, well, now it's by Edge Studios. It was by Fantasy Flight Games. Anyway, using Foundry. And I've got Foundry version 9, which is almost the stable version. So I'm kind of jumping ahead with the versions here, but I'm using Foundry version 9. Drinking my morning coffee while it's raining outside. Happy holidays. Happy New Year coming up. Okay, so Star Wars. I'm just going to kind of go through what I've been doing. And, I did have one first session that went great. I'm starting up a Star Wars role-playing game campaign, which I'll be putting up on my YouTube channel. So what you have to do, I'll just pretend that you kind of are thinking about doing Foundry or whatever. When you get it, you have to upload a system. I'm using the 5e, D&D 5e, obviously, for a system. And now I've installed. It's very easy to install. You click on this install here. Is that right? I can't remember. Install system. Let me see. Yeah. And then okay. And then it shows you the different systems that are available. Some are, I think they're all free, but maybe there's some premium ones in there. Yeah. I think most of them are free because they want you to buy the stuff. But anyway, so the Star Wars one is free. I don't even think it's not official. I don't think so. But I bought all the books, as you can see over there. Which way I gotta go this way. Bought all the books. Got a ton of dice and all that. So there's some books around the house too. But anyway, so you got to have the Star Wars FFG system here, and then. And I have some add-on modules, which I'll just show you in the actual game itself. Okay, Star Wars Z. Let's launch that one. And I've only got 2 players right now, but I've got a third coming in, which will be pretty cool. I don't put a password on. I trust them. And besides, when I'm the game master and in there, they can't pick that slot to join it. So it's not a big deal. So let me show you. So obviously the game setting is going to be Tatooine, and I'm starting them at rock bottom. They got no money. They're not going to get a ship for a while when they go into space, and rightfully so. I'm doing it very kind of lowbrow. I really want to explore Tatooine and let them explore the culture and the creatures and the locations, and then go off world. And I've done a video on this, but the way I'm setting up my campaigns is, I just look at the star map of that area of the Arcanus sector, Tatooine, and then there's a bunch of other planets there, and I read up on those on Wikipedia. I look up, just a bit of info on each of those, and then I start, and then I drum up all the different factions that'll be in that area, and I started thinking about who wants what resources they want, where they want to manipulate, what they want to control. I'm doing this in the Mandalorian type of time, right after the 10, 15 years after Return of the Jedi in the timeline. And to me, that's the way you set up a campaign. You first put the pieces down of all the different areas in your camp, D&D or Star Wars, and then you as a DM start thinking of what all they want. What all they want. You kind of make your factions and bosses and who's below them, and I have a PDF on that too. And any of the stuff that you see here, the stuff that I've kind of either grabbed off Google or created originally, is on my website. I do have a patron section for anything original I do. And then I have a membership section for all the free stuff. I'll show you a lot of this. A lot of this is free. Because I didn't make it. So if I didn't make it, I put it there as you just have to, please give me your email and then get whatever you want. I barely do newsletters. Well, I should do them more. Anyway, okay. I'm just so focused on this. Okay, so this here is this little tiling thing. I just grabbed a screenshot of my bigger map down here, and then threw it up here. Made a tile, and that tile I'm just going all over the place. And this tile has this little add-on here that'll make it scroll. I don't know if in version 9 it has I can't adjust it, so I think you can adjust it, but I couldn't figure. I think there's there it is. There's the adjustment stuff. Okay, to turn it on, you do this. I don't know how you turn it off, but whatever, and then I can just delete it, I guess. and then you double click on the tile itself, and it gives you. I haven't even done any of this stuff. I just turned it on, and right click, turned it on, and then left it, and that was great. That was perfect. So what I've done here, I did add. Let me show you the modules. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. That's just how I roll. Okay, that's why I don't get very many views, and I understand that. Okay, all right. So the modules here, I just want to show you the modules I've installed on this one, so that you know, if you want any of these. The dice ones are really important. The drag upload, I can't get it to work in version 9. I don't know, but it hasn't broken anything. The FX Master is it'll do snow and rain, and it's really cool. These two are like essentials for other ones. The Nice More Dice, that one goes with the dice. Parallaxia is this one, the one that creates the scroll here. Parallaxia. Perfect Vision is for vision stuff. I definitely use it in D&D. I haven't used it. It's not really. It's kind of like helps with adding a little more options in the vision, which I haven't really explored. I did in version 8, and I was using it. In version 9, I haven't really explored all of its stuff, but it's because it's a little different. Plutonium, I think. Plutonium is a 5e thing, which although I don't have a click because it's not working, I believe you got to be a Patreon of the guy to get it working right now. He's going to release it soon, but it connects to 5e tools, so I'll just admit that. But I bought all the D&D stuff. It's a D&D thing, Plutonium. Pool Party for Star Wars, definitely need that. That's to do the pool dice pop-up, which is really handy. You need that one. And Token Attacher, which I use I don't really need to use it anymore. I figured out other things, but you can attach a couple different tokens and then they move together. For now, it's kind of a little tedious to attach it all and then remember. I just grab them, select them all, and then move them for now. It's a little, because, it's a little random when you decide on that or not decide on using a token attacher. It's a couple more steps than I really care to do right now. This one here, the Star Wars User Interface Creative Common, it had a couple extra things, but I just didn't feel like I needed it. I needed to explore it some more, but I turned it off because it was a couple extra things, but I didn't. It was more than I needed, or stuff that I really didn't need. It adds kind of nice little flavor, but I didn't really need it right now because I got so much flavor going on. Okay. So what I did here when I opened the campaign, I made this tile. It's a tile. You gotta remember this is. Oh, can you see on the screen there? Let me move it. I'm gonna go ahead and move the screen over so you can see this stuff more. I don't want to shrink it down more than to show everything. I'll try to be considerate of what's going on the right side there. But this tile right here is when you can place like a roof over a building, or this thing right here that you see, and then use the Parallaxia module to scroll it. And what I did, I deleted the things in the game last night, but what I had was the land speeder and the characters on there. And yeah, I'm really proud of myself here. Okay, and then I had the driver who was like the taxi service. I deleted the guy. I used this token, but I changed the name. And they were inside the the sorting order is a little strange. I wish there was an option here to sort it, move it back. I don't know if there is. I don't know if this won't do it. Let me try -5 just to see if that would do it. Nah. This means nothing actually. It's just a reference thing. But the characters are the last character you select is what generally is on the top. So if I move these over here, put this here, grab these guys, put them right there, then now they're on top. So can come on, I want to deselect. Come on, deselect. There's a way to deselect. That might be a module that was in version 8. I appear not to have. Oh, okay. And the red means hostile, which kind of goofy. It's a setting in the token itself. Like this guy should not be hostile. It doesn't really. I don't think it affects the game any. It's just I just see the color there. Okay, so what I did was I did that, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what else I did. I have under here. This is another module called FX Masters, and I added. Let me see if it remembered what I did. I added clowns. No. Okay, I got to redo it. I know I made clouds going, and I picked the color, and you can use. I wanted the color of the desert, like a dusty clouds, a little bit lighter maybe, but in the same tone. Speed, I think this for some reason is slower, the higher number, at least for clouds. And the direction it's 180. I think 90 is down. It starts at 90 is down, but we'll see. And I also did rain, but as like turned it into looking like dust going across the screen. This one here, same thing. I kind of want the colors of the desert. Maybe a little lighter though, just so you can see them going across the sky or across the screen. Speed, just direction should be 180. I can't remember exactly. Save changes. See, so you can see. Hopefully YouTube will show that, and it's a little more than I want. I turned it down quite a bit when I did it for the. Let me just do that real quick because I'm a nerd. Density 0.2, a little too fast there. Speed. Still too fast. Oh, it takes a little while for it to change when you adjust things. And there comes a cloud right there. So I had that going, and let me see about the music. If you can hear the music. I got sound effects there, land speed. I found this on YouTube, and I just kind of configured it to kind of loop. Can you hear it? Yeah, you should be able to hear it. And then I had not this one. Let me turn that one off. And I had my music going, which was this Western one, which is on my website. This is the original Patreon stuff. So I had this going, and then and you see in the movie, them talking and stuff. But let me turn them off because I don't know what it sounds like. So that was my little them starting the game. And when you have your maps here under configure, yeah, you can still see it. I think it still takes a little bit of which do I click the first button, the second button? What am I doing here? It's that's how Foundry works. It's a little tricky. And the microphone was further away. Oh well. Okay, so under the right click configure, you can set the beginning, right here, initial view position there. So that's handy. So that's how they start off the game. And of course, this guy, the Aqualish here, is bugging them. And so and I don't like, just so you know, and I see this a lot on the YouTube gameplays. The DM will ask the players to describe their character at the beginning. I don't like to do that. I like to do it in the game. So I had the Aqualish ask them who they are. What are you doing? How'd you get this IG-88? It looks all beat up. And then role play out you're describing, because you really just get them just try to get them into character as quick as you can. I mean, obviously we go out of character a lot and are silly, but I try to in character they should describe each other, and you should have like an NPC come along and what's your get up? What are you supposed to be? Kind of thing. Like play it in the game. Don't have them introduce themselves at the beginning. It's not introduce them. Role play the introductions. And the GM can move it along by describing a little bit of each other. But I would use an NPC to come up and start haranguing them, or whatever, messing around with them. Okay, let me turn off all the effects because I don't need them right now. I just deleted them. Or instead of deleting them, maybe I could just unclick them. That way it'll keep them. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. That way they're still there. Okay. There goes the clowns. So what I did, so here's kind of a way, and I'm using this I got this map off of Google. It's pretty hilarious. And I got these, I just got these off of Google as well, these little houses for the Star Wars. And you can see the creatures here. I've hidden some of them because they're let me go into token mode here on the left. And I've hidden these ones. I was going to have them visible because I thought that characters would start off, here the characters are here. I thought they would start off as natives of Mos Nido, like they grew up there. But we discussed the background, and they wanted, the guy wanted to be hiding from criminal, running away, trying to hide. So That's why I started. So I quickly set up this thing as the intro then, instead of starting them off in Mos Nito. And so I created this, and this is my thing. Sandwalker travel is for the Eopies or the Dubaks. That's one day. I just made that up. I like that about Star Wars. You kind of make up your own scales for shooting, for travel. Just kind of make up whatever you want. It's good. It's a really handy way of doing it. So we don't need grids. I don't even use grids in D&D. I kind of arbitrarily, but I do find that we, casting spells and movement, we really do need to know the scale. Here, don't need to know it. You just kind of guesstimate. So that's cool. And you'll see if you watch the playthrough at the end of the first episode, they're fighting these large womp rats, and we had to deal with scale. Or range bands is what they're called. So it's medium, it's short, it's long. That's it. So, like I said about these tokens, they were going to be visible because if you were natives, they would have known, oh yeah, there's womp rats over there. Oh yeah, this is the Raincar Ridges over here. And oh yeah, there's reeks out there. But I decided to hide them because they don't know that. Though the banthas seem like an obvious one. Oh yeah, Tusken Raiders are down here, roaming. It's dangerous over there. You don't want to go there. And the Vapor Farms are down there. And yeah, Jawas tend to come around this area. So there's that. I wanted them to know that. But since they're coming from out of town, they got dropped off in Mos Nito. And so this is as well for you GMs, whether you're using a star map or whether you're using a regional planet map, this is how you create this is the fun part for GMs, right? GM prep. Get a map or draw a map, right? You got your little I'm drawing my maps now, but at the beginning when I started doing this over a year ago, I was still trying to figure out how to, for me, what my medium was, and I wanted sci-fi. I wanted, by the way, these are all the sci-fi, meaning I didn't want fantasy drawings. I wanted it to be more maybe real or whatever, not real, but you know what I mean. And I'm using the action figures I find off of Google. Like, for me as a kid, Star Wars was great, but the more important thing was the action figures, right? The toys. So I was like, I want to use those like now. So I'm kind of like reliving my dream of having all these toys, which I didn't have that many of them either. I was not that kid. I had a few, and I played with them quite a bit. The same ones over and over and over. And what's funny is I didn't have that many Stormtroopers. I only had one or two Stormtroopers, maybe. I think I only had one, because I ended up using the other dudes a lot. Anyway, I'm going back to my childhood. As my soldiers, because I had like 3 or 4 of those. I think they were the Death Star with the big helms, the Death Star guards or whatever, technicians with the big black helms. I used a lot. I think nobody bought those, so I was the only one who could buy a couple of those, and because everyone else bought the Stormtroopers up, and so that's all I had for my, my guards and my soldiers was those guys. Anyway, so I placed these around as well. This is what's going to be here. This is what's going to be there, and it creates stories in your mind. So there's a womp rat ravine here that they can go and hunt womp rats and make some money. And as they're there's vapor farms in the area, so I placed those down there. Then I realized, and I placed the Tusken Raiders out here, and I'm like, you know what? They're going to come here and raid. Take out the vapor farms, every once in a while. But this time they were more successful because and I'm like, because there's a growing story there. The Tusken Raiders are becoming more violent than normal. Like I'm creating like a little civil war between the Tusken Raiders. One side wants to return to, and I discovered this going through Wikipedia, because I don't know that much about Star Wars, like the legends and the lore. I was not really up on all that. I just knew the surface stuff of the movies, the older movies. But the Tusken Raiders, there was one Tusken Raider who's called Lord Het, Hett, and he was a Jedi warrior who went to the dark side. But he led some wars way back in the day with the Tusken Raiders. So they have this legend of him, as this powerful warrior that led them. And they think, and so some of the Raiders are becoming, fanatical, and they want the return of. And in this area are some of Lord Het's lightsaber materials. And if the players are watching this, I told you not to watch this. Anyway, so some of his stuff is hidden in little, so this is the stuff you come up with when you figure this stuff out, and I don't know how I found Het. I found him. I think I was watching some videos, and you know, as I'm working, as I'm drawing, I'm watching some YouTube videos on Star Wars stuff, and Het came up, and I'm like, oh, that's a Tusken Raider dude. You know what? So I looked that up, and yeah, it turns out there's this Raider dude that tried to lead them into some. So, thusly, I am making a little civil war going on here, and there will be some good Tusken Raiders, kind of like how you see in Mandalorian and stuff. That's cool. That want peace. They don't want this war, so they want peace, and they're gonna, you know, they'll come into play as well. So they're right now they're coming down to the vapor farms, and I have maps for that. But let me just jump to the city. So, and I'll get to that one in a minute. One thing I want to forget it. I'll get to it. I'm just okay. So here's the settlement, Mos Nido. And as you can see, I put the little tokens in here. I got these all set up. So, you know, go to my website. You can get all this stuff and throw it on your Foundry. And they're all little cool dudes here. Yuck, you know, and this map's in there. And right now, so the characters did help them. They just watch the story. But anyway, they beat up the Kushro, the Aqua this year. They didn't beat them up, but they got some of the fermenter gear. I call it gear. To go and give to Bosco here at the junkyard, and so he was able to fix 2 vaporators, and so now the pirates that, you know, the under Captain Zico over here, these pirates, you know, because he rolled successes and threats. So the threats were these guys noticed and came over here and said, we want some of that water, and the characters just went ahead and left because they didn't want to. They let him deal with it, you know, because it's all local problems. They did have a little adventure here where with their first combat was fighting these womp rats. And on top of that is my little blood splat here, which is a tile. So, you know, because I can't, in Roll20, I was able to like squish the character, when you killed them, I squished them, maybe rotated them, which is really easy. But here it's very tedious. So what I did is I created a tile, and let me see, you click on tile here, under here, and you know, obviously you have to have your folders of stuff, your assets, and I have a folder under tokens I created, and there's an FX series, and then I created a bunch of different blood splats that you can just place on top, and you turn them into roof tiles. Okay, so when you place them, I gotta turn this roof one on, and then it'll show the roof tile, and that's what that is. Now the characters see that. I don't see that unless I have this on. You know, so that's handy for me. But for them, they'll see this. So that's kind of cool. I might make some different versions of the blood, like green. I can't change the color of the tiles, which is really bugging me, because then I could just do like a white tile of blood, of a splatter, and then I can just change it to red or green. But I can't, so I'm just going to manually draw different colored blood splats. Or I'll change this one to a green one as well. You know, just to have a green one as well, or a yellow one. I don't know. What different colors? I'll make some more. So they shot out the womp rats, and that gave, you know, that's womp rat meat is a treasure. So they did that, and there's more womp rats to be had here because this is all destroyed, and you know, it's a rundown little place, which is fun. They got, you know, they barely have any credits. They have like 20 credits. And everything is 50 to 100, you know, so I'm excited about, you know, what they do. And the vaporators are all broken. The people are, you know, on the verge of starving and dehydration. Lilac desperately needs water for the Opis, so she lent them the Opis, you know, to get stuff. The Jawa's over here in the little junkyard. This right here was a Tusken Raider, you know, attack at one, you know, years ago. And the reason the people here accept the garrison, or the gang, is because, you know, they need protection. I don't know why that thing is there. Let me turn that off. Oh, that's weird. Turn off. How do you turn off? No. Wait. I don't know how to turn this off. It should just turn off. What the? That is confusing. Right click. If I right click, it won't go off. That's really weird. I mean, the regenerate thing is interesting, but I don't want it on. No, I just want. Oh boy. I mean, I'll just copy in a new guy. I don't know what is going on here. Like why I can't turn this off. That's annoying. I put all this stuff in here. I'll show you. Oh, I think I copied it from some other. I'll show you all that in a minute, though. How to make these characters. Okay, so that's that. So this is the map. I just so you can see how I set it up. And in this one, I've decided that the grid, whatever grid I'm using is, I'm not using it as a 5 feet scale. I'm using it as the human scale. So in Star Wars, you don't really need grids, but I'm using it as my reference to the size of the characters, the humanoid sizes, based on my maps. And what you can do then is under, so it's gridless right now, but let me go ahead and put it to square so you can see. So you can see the square. So I'm kind of using it now. Okay, I made that decision recently, so these guys are a little bigger, but don't worry. I'm gonna in my future maps. Yeah, I decided that the square is going to be the scale of the humans in my maps, so that I don't have to go around and constantly make them bigger. Okay, like this, right? That's why. Oh, okay, you can do it here and do it on a token, or you can right click twice, if I can remember, and then go under appearance and see how I made it 1.5 here. You make it a little bit bigger, but that's very tedious to do for everyone, and you have to keep. What's annoying is I can't watch it grow. I have to save it and then look at it and then reopen it and readjust, save it. That's a little annoying. I wish I could dial that number with a dial and then see the thing grow. But I can't do that here. It's the trash. Okay, Marley. It's the trash guy. Okay, so anyway, from now on, I'm going to be making all my tokens one square. The humanoid size ones, and that'll be my thing. So I'm not worried about it being 5 feet. Okay, so let me go back to configure, and so I got the square on for under grid here, and then I do this. So that when you click on that little thingamadigger, it gives you this, and then you can actually, if you click on this, the image scale, you can scale the map. Okay, watch it. I think it's with Shift, or do I not need a Shift? Or does Shift? I think Shift does. Oh yeah, it's Shift. Sorry. Okay, hold the Shift down, and it'll do. See how it's changing the scale of the map. So if you ever want to change the scale of the map, which I use this quite a bit. I've doubled the scale. Blah blah blah. I'm holding Shift down right now, and then mouse wheel. Okay, so I'm just leave it at 1 because I already did this, and then same with the grid size. Let me see here. Oop, no, that's still that. Okay, Shift is the image scale, and there's one for grid. Let me see. Which one is it? Is it Alt? Yeah, Alt. Okay, so Alt, you can change the red there, the red grid in 2 different sizes, and figure out what you want. But you got to do this early on, because if you do it later on, it messes up wherever you placed anything. Let me just close this. Oh my gosh, I didn't mess it up. Yeah, so if you adjust the image scale or the grid, it'll move. If you put anything else down, it'll move it. So early on, you want to get that scale right. Like there is a map right now in my D&D campaign, which I realize is off based on the grid of the map. I'm not going to change it though, because we're in the middle of a battle. I'm like, let's just go with it. Okay, so let me put this back to gridless because I don't need a grid. Okay, so that's how you kind of do the scale of the tokens with the maps. Okay, if you got that, if you follow me there. And obviously in this one, I'm not using any lighting. I'm just good old open lighting. Let them see everything. All right, just real quick, let me go to Womp Rat Ravine, which I don't know if they'll go there, but this is a Google map. I just found a cool space and took a screenshot and used this. I am drawing them now, but I did use this. I'm going to go ahead and use it. And they're down here. They haven't done this one yet, but I was hoping they would, in the beginning, go hunt some rats. And so on the side here, I made some rats. Where's the creatures? Oh, down here. It's behind my camera here. Wild creatures, and I got some womp rats here. I can place and have them attack. I just want to show you appearance. flip to horizontal, and there it is. So I'm not using any walls or anything to cover this area. I'll just make it appear when I need it. I'll probably have it like that, and then, of course this is the big one, so I'll probably have them back here. But they've experienced the womp rat attacks on the way down to the vapor farm, so they may not need to come here at all. But I'll leave it there for now in case they do decide to do some womp rat hunting. So they're heading to the vapor farms, and the vapor raiders should actually be first because they're going to go there. Oops, they're going to go there first, and I'll just switch to that real quick. So this is another Google shot, and of course I got these off. Found these on Google somewhere too. The vapor raiders, and they're going to be coming from the north and discovering this. And they don't have a mechanic, so we'll see how that goes. But they can get gear parts off of these if they want. And I just use a generic gear parts, and it's on my PDF that I got to put up on my website soon. It's really huge too. It's got all this stuff in it as far as info and the creature stats and all that. But I'm just using something like a basic gear part. If you get a gear part, you can then fix things. I know you need the toolkit and then you can fix things, but I want gear parts because it's part of treasure. If they can get gear parts, and of course one gear part is one encumbrance, so that even that they need to get their, and that's valuable, right? You can sell the gear part, and also I'm doing vessel parts, so if they need a ship, and those are like 3 encumbrance, and you can use those to fix your ship or sell them. So that's another like a treasure thing, finding gear parts. And as you can see here, hidden are these Tusken Raiders. Why don't I select them? Why can't I select them? Maybe. Let me see. It doesn't show me the. Oh, okay. Well. So these are Tusken Raiders, and why isn't it showing the icon? Which I like, actually. It doesn't show me the selection bracket, which I actually like because I want this to be as not, as fewer little icons and things as possible. I know there is a selection somewhere, but I don't know why this one changed from the other ones. Let me see. Configure. Is there an option in here that I turned on or off or something? I don't know. Is it under? It's kind of cool though. Toggle navigation. I don't see anything to. I'll figure that out later. But that's kind of neat. I like that it's not showing that. I don't care. I like that it's not showing it. I didn't know it wouldn't. But so these two up here are more melee. They have the gaffy sticks, and they're going to be hiding here because I'll roll a stealth roll for them to see if they hide well or not. And they got a good hide stealth because this is their land. And then these guys are the sharpshooters. Maybe there's only 2 of them, so I may want to bring them down a couple. Maybe just have 2. I think this is too many. But I'll decide when they, how many I make up here to ambush them. We'll see. So that's the beginning of their encounter with the Tusken Raiders, and then when they go to the actual farm, isn't this cool, man? This is cool or what? Total action figure toy thing. But there's gonna be some Tusken Raiders up on that ridge over there, and when they come here and start snooping around, and there's a land speeder. It's broken down. It's stuck in the sand, buried in the sandstorm type of thing. So is but they can get some gear and treasure here because it's been raided and people killed sadly and all that. But the Tusken Raiders are up here, and they're gonna ambush them, and they're gonna have a massive, one of those big dog things, or a couple of those. So I want to introduce the tame version of the massive, not the wild one. The wild one is more dangerous, but the tame version will come and attack them. That'll be fun because we'll have that kind of run down really fast after them, and see what they can deal with that. So that'll be fun. Okay, so that's I've got more maps obviously, but I want to do a couple of technical things here. Okay, so when you get the Star Wars, the system, you're going to get these Ogdude cool things that give you, like all the NPCs, a lot of NPCs, right? Look here, you got the medical droid, and all their stats and stuff. And there's even Darth Vader in there. And they give you the equipment that they have and the talents if they have any talents. And a little bio on them, if there is one. So Here, let me see. I don't know Tallow. I don't know who Tallow is, but let's see if there's a biography here. Yeah. So, and these are, yeah, I think these are from the source material. So, but I got the source material, so I'm gonna go check it out. But you can use these to make your own characters. That are similar. I found most of the beasts in the compendium here, and also what I noticed is you need to blind them or whatever it's called. Toggle visibility. Right, you need to make these invisible if you don't want your players to see them. I had to do this manually. I had to turn them all off, the visibility. I don't want them to see the stuff because I want to. Because you can make them visible in the items area. So they can see this low-tech upgrade shop. I made everything on here, and you got to do it manually per one. I tried to select a bunch, but I couldn't. Under permissions, I put it to all players owner. Okay? So they can go in, grab those. I mean, maybe I should put them to limited. I don't know. I mean, I don't want them to adjust anything, but it's not. I don't think they will. But maybe I don't know what limited is in this. I just made owner just to be simple, just to so they can grab these when they buy them, of course, and then put it in their character sheet, right? All these different things, and all these things are in the compendium, or the ones that have this picture generally are in the compendium, right? Which is these Ogdude, compendium stuff, and this whole Foundry, the whole thing is based off of items. Creating an item and then dragging that into your character. So all your items, all your gear, all your weapons, even your weapon stats, you got to create the weapon, put it into your character sheet, into the thing, and then that becomes where you roll your dice for everything. So it's really weird. It's almost like you think a separate way. Usually you have a character sheet and you type in what you want, right? Or you make it right there. No, you have to go over here under items, under the suitcase here, and create the item. Create the battle axe +2, and drag it into your character, and then you can then adjust the damage and stuff. And it's tedious, but now my cerebral networking is rewiring to adjust to this, and it's becoming a little. I'm starting to get the feed myself the opiates now. The opiates are coming in now. At first I'm rejecting it, but now I'm getting the opiates as I do this stuff, as I'm enjoying doing it now. It's still tedious though. It's still, but I get where it is and what it's doing, and it's neat, in a sense. So a lot of what will be handy, obviously, is you will go in here and grab an item. I'll get a land speeder here just to show you real quick. Okay, so here's all the land speeders. What's the basic one? Is it this one? I can't remember which one it is the basic one. And I've changed, this one probably, X34. And you can obviously, if you don't know what it is, look it up online. Like I will take that Aero 23 land speeder, Aero Twin land speeder, and then do a Google search to see what it is, and try to get an image for it. So this is shows you the vehicle, and I have them in here under vehicles. I did all these, the crusty old, right? So, and I just changed the image to this cool toy, and I have them here, and they're on my website, so you can download them, become a patron. No, this one's, I think this is on my patron area, whatever. There are some free ones in there somewhere. Okay, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so I'm not that organized. But for $3, you can go in and grab what you want, and then go out, whatever. Okay, so this is the land speeder, and hopefully they'll get one day. And you gotta, and just so you can see under prototype token appearance, I made it the tiles 3, and these matter for the I left it at 1, but I try to get the dimensions for the grid units, so that it kind of comes in. Based on the grid here, I'll turn the grid off here probably when we play, but I think right now I was still kind of messing around with getting the right measurements down. Because that, and also the Tusken Raiders and the Bantha. Is that about right? Hey, where's the Tusken Raider? Oh, and so the Tusken Raiders, just so you know, This maybe could be a little bigger, but I'll just leave it. That's fine. It's close enough. The Tusken Raiders. Oddly enough, I don't like this. I'm going to put them up on the ridge here for my own comfort. So the Tusken Raiders. See how now in this map I'm using the grid as just one unit. You know, as the human scale, just to make it easier. But check it out. See, I have it the wild card thing. So it's grabbing, and I've named all the Tusken Raiders that the toys I found. The same name with a number. So here's the wild card. You click on check, and in your scene here, see they all have the same. Better not save that. They all have this Tusken Raider name. Tusken Raider 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 11 different versions of it. All these PNGs, and then I have a Tusken with a Massive. And I have a Tusken with Bantha. 2 of those. They all have, and then 2 groups here. So they all have, the wild card. So when you place them, I hope that didn't change anything. Yeah, you got to remember to update token. So that right there, I've plenty of times I've done the token thing, yay, and then I just closed it, thinking that it was saved, and then it's not. I was like, ugh. So that's the thing about this Foundry. Some things you got to save, and some things you don't have to. So I cannot form a habit. I have to, the habit is I have to remember, because I can't form a habit as to which areas you got to save and which areas you don't have to save. Which things you don't have to save. Like if you put in some numbers here and close it, it's saved. So there's that habit. And then, but if you do that, the token, you have to save it. And another thing you have to save, which I forget a lot, is I'll type something, and I don't click on this. I just close it, thinking it's saved. It's not saved. You have to always click on that to save anything you type. And there's been a few times where I've typed a couple of sentences worth at least, and then forgot to save it. I got to go back. Okay. So these are my toys, and my tokens, and I try to make them the same size, but they're gonna be a little off, so that they're kind of similar, which is fine. This is good enough. All right. Oh, see, that's weird. Okay, there's that, but I don't see the thing, which is fine. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So let me just turn these off because I'll place them later when they appear, depending, and I get a feel for their. I could do it now, but whatever. Oh, so here's my mob. You don't technically need a mob. It's the same stat as the single dude. But what's cool is they do have this here. So you will have, you can do up to 3 C to 5 wounds. But the one thing I don't think it does, which kind of bums me out, is that it doesn't give you these upgraded. And I am bringing these back down. For minions, you're not really supposed to have any skill ranks in them. But I do kind of tend to add skill ranks not because of the mob, but because of the Tusken Raider. Let me show this one. See, I think that they should have some skill ranks in survival, because of where they're living, and vigilance because of where they're living, and brawl because they have a gaffy stick and they're cool, and medicine I figured they kind of know how to heal each other, and stealth because they live in this area. So I did give them some ranks, and in the story you're not really supposed to give them any ranks when they're minions. You just do the green ones based off of their I don't know what they're called here, stats. But I did anyway, and I think I did adjust them here manually based on the mob. I do wish that, because in the game, if you have anything above the first one, you get a +1 upgrade to their skills, and only in specific areas, like So they would get 2 upgrades to their skills as a mob of 3, based on whatever, like brawl, so that's what I did there. But that does seem a little tough. 3, I think that's way too powerful for a little mob. So thusly, maybe that's why I shouldn't do it here. Having 3 is still pretty good for a single dude. So I will probably bring that down. I'm going to go ahead and maybe I should be very like that, 1-1. A 1 rank in something to me is like really good. So I should probably, for a minion or for anyone really. Oh, okay. I'll bring that down to 1. I'm going to bring this down to 2, 2, 1. Just because they don't really need any of this stuff, to be honest. I mean, in the game, the stealth I do like though, and then the attack. I don't want it to be too powerful of an attack. Like that's pretty powerful. So I'm just gonna give him 1. Okay. And range light, yeah, I'm gonna give him 1. I don't want to give him 2. Okay, so that's that. And when they die, obviously, I'm going to reduce these ranks down. You know, if one goes down, kind of thing. So that's how I make those guys. They're in here, and again, I got these from the compendium, right? I go to adversaries here under compendium. I got the Tuscan. Good. Reader. I'm just misspelled that wrong. Is there a basic? Okay. There's a Tuscan Reaver, which is like uses the gaffy stick. But see, it's pretty basic here. There's no ranks in their abilities, and they do have a gaffy stick. Now, that's another thing. So when you have items, right, you have to make the item and then drag it into here. It's not equipped here, but you should equip it. But equip only matters if it gives the character some sort of bonus. So let me just go to my Tuscan Raider. Okay, that's kind of weird. And what I did is I just gave them both weapons, and then I'll choose like which one they use in the game. And I also gave them heavy robes, I figured. So I had to create that myself, heavy robes. Under items, under armor stuff? Yeah, right here, heavy robes. Where's my heavy robes? I don't have it in here. I mean, it should be in here. Let me see. Where is it? I don't know. But that's really weird. Under edit here, I click edit. I just did that one. You don't even need the income buttons. Oh, maybe it's something. Oh, it's something they can buy. Okay, sorry. It's in the low tech. Yeah, I put it in here, I think. Sand robes. I think I changed the name to sand robes. Yeah. So they can buy sand robes, and it's this thing. I just upgraded it. Here, let me just for the fun of it. See, so I made sand robes. Drag it in here, and equip it. Okay, so right now it's got defense 1 ranged. 0. I don't know why it has this. I have to look it up. But equip. No, wait. Oh, so it's the soak here. Okay, sand robes. And it's still 3, but if I equip it, it's 4. Because this is an armor item here. These are the categories of items: weapons, armor, gear. But what is this ranged 1? Where did I get that from? Is there a talent? No. Gear. I don't think anything gives them a 1 range. Let me see if I can put that to 0. Yeah, I don't know why there was a 1 range there. Okay, so yeah, add 1 soak. This is a nice little item you can buy, 25 credits. You know, most characters may have something like that, although they don't. So that's their goal, is to get that sand robe. So as you can see on the right here, I made these items. This repair kit. Let me show you that one. I found these dice online. I should probably put those on my website so you can grab them, but they're on Google. I found them. And whenever something like will add a boost die, I give it this icon. So this repair kit, add a boost die to a mechanic roll for droids or vehicles, 50 credits. So there's that. That's it's a one-time use thing, I think. Unless they roll like an advantager, and then I'll let them keep the repair kit. This kind of, I think, kind of in my mind works similarly to what I'm calling gear part here. I should probably 1 gear part for fixing up things, droids, and vessels. Quantity 1, encumbrance 1. I should put a price on these. 25? Maybe? Could be 50, but I'll just keep it low right now. Let me make this 25 as well. I think 50 is a little high. See, I don't have to save that, right? I don't have to save it. It's there. So that's why I'm confused when I have to save some stuff, and some stuff you don't have to save. You just type it in, and it saves it. And I made this item boost quality. So this thing, for instance, let me just explain this to you. This will give a, where does it show anywhere? Base mod. Okay, so item boost. That's an item. That's when you create an item, that is a choice here. Item. Where is it? Item attachment. I don't remember which one. FF. All right, that looks like it, right? Yeah. Okay. So item attachment. This item attachment. Let me delete that thing. This item attachment you make, and it's a hard point, right? It'll be oh yeah. Let me put that 1 there. Oops. And you got to double click to do that. A rarity. I don't use the rarity thing because I kind of know in my mind which ones are rare and which ones aren't. And then under base mod, you got to pick something here. Add a boost 1. Okay, so I made this little item here. I don't know what add mods. You can add another. It's crazy. Oh, you can add another thing to this. Yeah, let me turn that off. Okay, configuration. Is it restricted to? Yeah, which that's interesting. Which I could do, but I'm not worried about that right now. Add a boost. Add a setback. Yeah, roll mods, dice mods. I think just roll mods. I don't know. Should it be no? Yeah. Okay. I don't need it for that. It's a roll mod. Just add a boost. Yeah, that one. Okay. Because I just want to add one of these nice little. This is kind of like a +1 or a -1, really. So that is an item boost quality here. Now I can open. I don't know if I can drag. See, but these you gotta. Can it go in there? I don't know. Or do I do it like this? And then grab and drag it to there. Oh, it doesn't have enough available hard points. Okay, I think this can. Let me. There, hard points, cool. And then see, I drag this into quality. Okay, item. See now, see, boom. It's gonna. Okay, it's taken one of the hard points, and then it should then, thusly. Why don't I have? I must have made this before I got the slug thrower rifle in here. But I do have a slug thrower rifle in here. Just show you real quick. Yeah, there's the gaffy stick. So I grab these. I should replace these, which I can just do that right now, and delete this one. And I equip it. I don't need to because I'll just leave it off. Oh! What's going on here? Boom. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Gives you a 1 there if it's equipped. But so I have to be aware of that. But I'll go ahead and equip it for now. So that's interesting. Okay, then I'm going to move it. Let me go ahead and move the slug thrower. I want to be consistent. I like to be consistent, right? We GMs like to be consistent. So throw that in there. Let me. There it is. Okay, so. And then let me. Even though it should be equipped. A hard point's 1. Okay, good. Let me go back to the item boost. So you can grab this item boost and throw it into attachments. Yeah, so 0 left. Okay, that's what that means. And now, when this guy rolls, got a boost. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so that's how you can add items to, so treasure, like you can boost things. You got to make the enhancement as an item and drag it in to the item, to make it such. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove that item because they should have it though, but I'll probably do it as they go up against tougher and tougher raiders. I will start adding little boost things like that to them, cooler things like that. Okay, so there's that. That's how. There's that. Okay, whatever that was. There's that. Another thing I do want to discuss, which is a revelation to me recently, and I even mentioned, saw someone on Oh, this is cool. These are items that they can get, and they got some rat meat, so they'll be able to sell that and make some money. Water pack, obviously very important. I try to put 0.5 encumbrance. I don't know if that works or not. I should probably, yeah, whatever. Just leave it for now. I can't think about that right now. Okay, so rat jerky. Anyway, so did I put a value? Price 1. Okay, whatever. All right, so this is in Star Wars, right? One thing that we do have here. Let me close all these. I think you can just close it like that. Okay, talent trees. All right. So the talent trees, you can grab the talent tree from the compendiums, and they're kind of annoying. Let me find one here. Okay, let me do the assassin one since I recently did that one. So this is the talent tree, right, for a hired bounty hunter. So one of the characters, the IG-88, is a bounty hunter, and he has assassin talent tree. So obviously, what's cool is they're respecting the material, the core material, and so when you see grit, you got to then go to the page of the. I changed it. So see how I changed it here? You know, I went in and took out that page thing there and just did this. But of course, you don't see it on this grid, so that's very annoying to me, especially for the new players. I want them to see what grit means or what lethal blows means, and it won't change it. It was really frustrating. I was like, argh. So I figured out how to make my own. Here's how you make your own, and you can use this to make your own. Okay, basically a copy of it, but I had to manually do this. Now this may be the wrong way to do it, but this is the way I figured out how to do it, and it seems to be working for me. But I kind of like I have all these talents now in here. Now, how did I do that? So first, here is my tree. And as you can see, I put in all the, my own short, whatever. I wrote in all the things. Tedious, yeah, I know. But those opiates, they're starting to adjust to Foundry. So I did all this. And, some of them repeat, right? Let's see. Quick strike is here. Okay, lethal blows. Whatever. So you got a couple of but here's another thing that's good about doing this tedium is that it helps to know the different details of the game, of the different these, I can use quick draw for one of my minions or NPCs. I can use quick strike. I can add these as flavor to their adversaries, right? The adversaries, the minions, the rivals, they have different, it's kind of cool. The minions, rivals, and adversary or whatever. 3 levels of minions are the goofy ones, rivals are mid-level, and then adversaries are like Darth Vader's and all those. So going through this kind of helps you think about what it is you want to do. I didn't change this one, but I'll change it later. What it is that you can add to your villains, to adversaries, to give them flavor as well. And of course, I now have them on the right here, so that I can just drag and drop them into to one of the adversaries if I feel like they have this kind of skill. So what I've done is, oh look, it updated here, which is really weird. So what you do is like lethal blows, right? No, let me do grit so this grit has the little thing here, stat, strain, and 1, right? So it gives you, it kind of already has it made up for you. The problem is just the description doesn't update for me, at least not on the screen. It's really weird how it kind of takes a while to update. So what you do is you import it, and it creates an item over here on your item list, not in the compendium, but in your area. So that's what it did. And so there I got it, and I changed the little, this thing to this. I'm using my own little symbols here. The dice ones I'm using when it's a boost die, thing, like precise aim. Let me see, is there precise? Okay, right here is precise aim. So I click on this. Now see how it has my thing, but it won't freaking show it here. So I had to make, my own one to redo it. And so what you do is you import it as an item. I updated this description part, and so that became precise aim over here, and I changed the icon here. I got this icon for I got these little icons here in my folder. I found these on Google, and got the description, and then you drag and drop it into your own thing here. Precise aim, right? And you put it there. It's very for some reason this thing is very clunky. It won't completely work correctly. So I made my own fresh one. And obviously, if you one of these clicks, yeah, this here. If you click on this edit, you can then edit the little arrows, which way ones go where. You know, the big blocks. Is all right. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So this one, see, it's blocked off there. It's very strange. Yeah. Okay. So you can use this to create the whatever it's called, the pathways, and then this one I definitely should have. I'm gonna update this one with the. Let me just do it right now. No, I don't have the book. Okay, just update this with career skills. And remember to save. See, gotta remember to save, man. Gotta remember to save for that one. Okay, so that's how I made the my own talent trees. You don't have to do that. I mean, you could just have the book available for the players, or have a copy of these somewhere they can use on a piece of paper if you want. You know, however you want to do it. I know this is a bit of tedium, but it's good tedium because, again, it gives me this mindset of these different things that I can use and you know, and what's cool about this too is you can have a YouTube video going while you're doing this, you know, or TV going, and while you're, you know, just doing this little tedium here, little work here, to get these talent trees. And I'm doing the ones that they have on their character sheets. And there's some of these are generic that will go, you know, like dedication here, gain a +1 to a single characteristic. So a lot of the trees have that one on them. In the force rating one, gain +1 force rating, a lot of the trees have, see, stat force pool +1. So a lot of the different the force trees will have that on there. And that one's really weird, so close that one. So this is now on. Oh, and then when you make this the talent tree, let me go back to where the characters are. So the IG88 now has it right here. You drag and drop it. Okay, you take the talent tree. You can use the one from Ogdude again, but if you do, it'll just have those annoying, you know, go to this page or that page. And this is the one I made. You know, and like I said, I grabbed the dodge from that one, imported it, changed the description, and now I have it on my items thing over here, and then I can drag and drop it into the new thing, and it creates the red color and the, you know, the nice little everything. You know, this is all the same as the original. Okay. So that's that. Oh, it didn't update it. See that? Remember I changed the description and it didn't update it. So let me get rid of this one and put in this one again to update it. And there. So now it has that. So, and of course, if I update through here, if I update it, that's his sheet. It's not going to be in the thingamadinger. So I have to remember that if I want to change this again when I get the info. So, but whatever. That's one thing about here that does this character sheet on this map. Oh, let's find out right now. Change. Okay, let's say he buys all these. Boom. Okay, close. Right. Okay, so they're there. They bought them all. That's this character, and it says token here, so that means it's only on this map. It's not the prototype. It's on this map. Okay, so let's go back. I'm just gonna go to another map just to see. Let's go to Mosnito, and his characters are. I think they're in here somewhere. Oh, they're out here. See, they left. Okay. Hey, that's a relief. That's a relief. Okay, good. That means. But let me just check over here. Let me close this. Okay. All right. That's a relief. So the player characters do, from what I can tell, keep their thingamadingers. Alrighty. That's a good thing to know. Yeah, and like all of these, the species and the career came from the compendium. I didn't make my own item of this. I don't really need to. Oof, it's got all this stuff in it. Yeah. That's all the career skills. And it's cool that you could put a rank in it, but obviously they're going to do that on their own individually. And then he's a droid. Does this have any info? Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I didn't know it had all this stuff in here. I actually didn't know it had all this in here. I had to kind of do it myself, or memorized, or go to the thing and do it. Oh my gosh, that's kind of helpful. But does it say it starts off with 175 XP to start off? I don't see it on here, but that's okay. Okay, but that's cool. That's helpful. Okay, so I think that's enough for this video. I hope I've given you some help on how to play this thing out. I mean, they're going to go into space at some point, but I really want them to explore this world. There's a lot going on in this area. They have a lot of cool stuff, man. Over here, something cool. There's some story. The Tusken Raider Lord Het thing has a tie-in over here with the Rancor thing. You players into it. There's this water. This is an actual water area, so I'm going to make that a cool. I've drawn it. Oh, I got to go find the map. I've doodled it out, but I've not fully drawn it out. But this is like this is a water resource, but there's just some water creatures over, like Dianoga type, big, watcher in the water type thing. So no one can go there because they get attacked. So there's that thing. And remember, in Boba Fett, who just watched it, I hope I'm not going to ruin it to you, but they have a new creature in there, which is really cool. And I might want to bring that one in, draw that one out and bring it into this map. And yeah, and and like I said, let me just show you how I'm drawing my maps now. So now instead of using a Google map, I'm doing this, so this will come up later in the game or in the thing, but I just want to show you, and I try to draw as quick as I can because I don't, but fun and cool and silly. Here, let me just show you this one real quick too. I'm trying. It's a doodle, but I just I only have so much time, and it's as a GM, this is very playable. This is very fun and cool and simple, and this is a crashed sandcrawler. There's stuff in there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna do another video, but I did some cool things there. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's enough. There's enough. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful to you. To show you just how to do Star Wars in Foundry and have some fun with that. And I hope to do. I'm sure I'm doing more. I've just started up the playthrough. It was a lot of fun. It's something weird. I was never like a full on Star Wars fan. I mean, I was, but Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, and D&D were more of my go-to as I was growing up. I take that back. They were more my go-to as I did role-playing games. I never was into the Star Wars role-playing games back. I knew the older one. I was like, nah. It was my toys when I was a kid, and it was movies, but I was never into it as a role-playing game. But now after The Mandalorian and this new system, which I kind of wanted to learn in another role-playing game system, it's just been kind of really fun. It's really kind of feeding another part of my opiate, mind. Storytelling. I'm grateful to God that that we all enjoy storytelling. It's an incredible gift, and I really appreciate it. And so it's a joy to do this. So thanks for watching and listening. And okay. Oh, I didn't do dice. I'll do that on the next video.